Ever wondered how antibiotics work and why some bacteria are resistant to them? It's a fascinating world of invisible warfare that unfolds within our bodies. Antibiotics, those medical marvels, are designed to combat bacterial infections. They wage war on bacteria in a few different ways. Some, like the penicillins and cephalosporins, sabotage the construction of the bacterial cell walls. With no solid cell wall, the bacteria simply can't survive. Then there are the ones like polymyxins. These are the demolition experts. They mess with the bacterial cell membrane until it leaks, ultimately causing the bacterial cell to collapse. Next up, we have the tetracyclines and aminoglycosides. They're the covert operatives targeting the bacterial ribosomes. This prevents the bacteria from making the proteins they need, which puts a halt to their growth and reproduction. Antibiotics like fluoroquinolones and rifampin are the saboteurs. They interfere with the bacterial enzymes that are responsible for DNA and RNA replication. This disrupts the bacteria's life cycle. Finally, we have the metabolic pathway blockers, like sulfonamides and trimethoprim. They target specific enzymes in bacterial metabolic pathways, which inhibits their growth.
Antibiotics do not work on viruses because viruses have a different structure to bacteria. Viruses incorporate themselves into a host cell in your body in order to multiply. Bacteriostatic antibiotics that affect bacterial DNA, metabolism, or protein production do not attack body cells and therefore do not slow the growth of viruses. Viruses do not have a cell wall, and therefore bactericidal antibiotics that act on cell walls cannot kill viruses.
But what happens when bacteria fight back? This is where antibiotic resistance comes into play. Bacteria can develop strategies to withstand the effects of antibiotics. This can happen through genetic mutations or by picking up resistance genes from other bacteria. Some bacteria become enzyme factories, producing chemicals that deactivate or break down the antibiotics. Others develop efflux pumps, which are like bouncers at a club, throwing the antibiotics out of the bacterial cell. Some bacteria even change the structure of their targets, making the antibiotics useless. And others just lock the doors, altering their cell walls or membranes to keep the antibiotics out. So how do we fight back against antibiotic resistance? It's a multi-pronged approach. First, we need to be judicious with our use of antibiotics. Only use them when absolutely necessary. Next, always follow the prescribed antibiotic regimens. Don't stop halfway through just because you're feeling better. Good hygiene is key. Proper hand washing, sanitizing, and infection control measures can help to reduce the spread of resistant bacteria. Research is also crucial. We need to develop new antibiotics and alternative therapies to stay one step ahead of the bacteria. And finally, antibiotic stewardship programs can help promote responsible use of antibiotics in healthcare settings. By combining these strategies, we can help to manage antibiotic resistance and ensure the effectiveness of antibiotics for future generations. It's a battle we can't afford to lose.